Real quick before we start this video, I just wanted to say this is actually a part 2 of a part 1 I made already. Go back, watch that real quick, and then you come back here. Now, last part I was actually talking about everything that went right. I actually didn't get to anything that went wrong. So, you know, I mean, the Magic Johnson situation was a little bit bad, but that's not what we're talking about here. Now, the 2020-2021 season only played 72 games. Out of those 72 games, LeBron played 45 and AD played 36. Now, this season, they had pretty good players. They had, obviously, LeBron, AD, Kuzma, KCP. They still had Caruso. They still had THT. They still have Markieff Morris. But they actually picked up, as I said last video, they got Dennis Schroeder, Andre Drummond, Montrezl Harrell. They got Marcus Gasol, Jared Dudley, which honestly, I don't know, not really matter. But on paper, this team looked really good. Honestly, I honestly thought they were going to repeat as a Clippers fan. I wanted the Clippers to win. Of course, as a Clippers fan, I'm going to say that the Lakers are going to lose to the Clippers. But honestly, we weren't going to lose to them. They looked pretty good. I don't know how the fuck they choked that. Now, this season, the Lakers were #1 in defensive rating. They were the best defensive team in the league. But they were actually 24th offensive rating. Now, of course, this season, they were missing LeBron and AD for the whole time. And, of course, that's a big blow. You have literally the greatest basketball player of all time, to some people's eyes. MJ better. Hey. Now we go to the playoffs. Of course, LeBron James, his favorite place in the world, the playoffs, even though he's not there that much anymore. But let's not talk about that. They're actually playing pretty good. They went up 2-1 on the Suns, which, of course, if you watch basketball, you know they made the finals after beating them. But in game 4, something happens.
Came up hobbling.
Second personal, first team foul.
And he grabbed that left leg. Again, it was the left knee that he sprained in game 3. Stayed down a little bit and then was kind of grimacing and hobbling up.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even know he actually sprained his knee in game 3. But let's take that into account. He sprained his knee in game 3. Now, of course, you don't want to let your team down. So he went out in game 6, played 5 minutes, and this happened.
By LA, and LeBron's got the points.
And right there, of course, with LeBron James, transition defense a must. And Davis, I'm not sure he's going to be able to continue.
It's the left groin, and down he goes. And it lasted all of 5.5 minutes. You saw it in the first time he ran up the floor. You looked at me and said, you kind of were shaking your heads. It's just not there.
Yeah, you know, you have 20 minutes before the game to get ready, and here he is trying to defend Booker and just cannot move.
Shout out to AD for trying to play through the injury. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but it is what it is. Now, as a Lakers fan, not even as a Lakers fan, as an NBA fan, you look at this, they were up 2-1. The whole season they were injured. They still had a positive record. You'd be like, okay, let's re-sign everybody, run it back. Now, this season, they made pretty big, significant changes to the roster. First off, they got rid of key players like Marcus Gasol, Montrezl Harrell, Alex Caruso, Markieff Morris. Kyle Kuzma was traded. We'll see that in the future. And even Jared Dudley, the GOAT, man. How are you going to get rid of the GOAT? He's better than Jordan.
The Washington Wizards agreeing to send that man, Russell Westbrook, to the Lakers. They gave up a lot, or the Lakers gave up a lot, I should say, to get him. The 22nd pick in last night's draft, plus Kyle Kuzma, plus Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, plus Montrezl Harrell. All of this according to our Adrian Wojnarowski, who's in with us all morning long. According to Caesars, the Lakers' odds to win the title didn't change. They're still 4-1 behind the other big super team, and that's Brooklyn.
Now, this picture, looking at it today, is funny as shit. They had the Nets and the Lakers with the Bucks and Warriors. I'm pretty sure if the Bucks didn't get injured this year or last year, they would have made the finals at least. So it would have been Bucks Warriors. They legitimately had a team that didn't even make the play-in, and a team that got swept in the first round, up there with the Bucks and Warriors. I mean, we'll get to the Nets in another video, But we're talking about the Lakers right now. This is unacceptable for the Lakers. Honestly, how are you number one on winning the NBA championships and expectations, and you absolutely demolish them, and you don't even fire the guy that made all the moves this season? Now, I honestly can't believe it was actually the roster last year. They added Melo, they got Trevor Ariza, Cam Bazemore, Avery Bradley, Sekou Amgurugu, Darren Collinson, they added DeAndre Jordan, Austin Reeves. They brought back Rondo, and they signed Isaiah Thomas. And we're not even talking about Russell Westbrook, which was the #1 problem in that team. There is no shooting. Who the fuck is gonna make a three? Their best shooter was Malik Monk. Now, I think this is the #1 reason why the Lakers were so bad last year. I mean, look at this team. Honestly, the only shooters that can make shots are Avery Bradley, Malik Monk, Melo, Cam Bazemore a little bit. LeBron can hit it sometimes with that when he looks at his hand. That's about it. Now look at fucking Anthony Davis. This man played 40 games. It shot a whopping 18% from 3. That is absolutely unacceptable. You're literally the worst shooter in the team. You're also supposed to be a fucking unicorn. You're supposed to be able to hit. You were hitting the 3 the last couple seasons. What happened to that? I mean, last season you averaged 20%, which was bad. But the season before that, you averaged 30%. That's good. 30% is good. What happened? Now, obviously, we can point the finger at the players. We can say, oh, Russell Westbrook, you're horrible. Oh, Russell Westbrook, this, you can't shoot, this and that. You can't say Russell Westbrook can't shoot when Anthony Davis was shooting like shit. But let's not talk about that. First off, Anthony Davis only played 40 games this season. What the fuck, Anthony Davis? Can you get healthy, please? Now, the #1 error that the Lakers made this season was getting Russell Westbrook without shooting around him. First off, Russell Westbrook is an incredible player. He literally averaged triple doubles for multiple seasons. You can't do that just being ass. So now he goes to Houston. He plays good in Houston. He goes to Washington. He plays good in Washington. But then all of a sudden, he goes to LA and does shit like this. Now, this is what I've been trying to set up this whole time. The real reason why the Lakers are so bad. And there's literally 2 names I can tell you why the Lakers are bad. #1, Rob Pelinka. How do you build such a horrible team? You can tell this man didn't give a fuck if you could play. You can tell this man only went for the names. This is the problem with the Lakers. Stop going for the names. You need good players to win games. Now, not only do you build a horrible team, but then after that horrible team underperforms, you go ahead and literally fire the head coach that you won a fucking championship with. Frank Vogel was a great coach, and then you go ahead and go replace him for Darvin Ham, a person who has never had an NBA head coaching job for the fucking LA Lakers. This is supposed to be their greatest franchise of all time, only competing with the fucking Celtics. Now, I'm hinting at Rob Pelinka being the reason why the Lakers suck, and partially he is. But at the end of the day, Rob Pelinka is only doing his job. He's only doing his job right now. It's not Rob's fault that he's bad at his job. It's not his fault that he can't build a... I mean, he built a good team back in 2018. Bars, hold up. Now, the real reason why the LA Lakers are so bad is the owners. Jeannie Buss. She is the #1 reason why the Lakers are so bad. I'm going to tell you why right now. How do you let Magic Johnson, the only reason why LeBron James is on your team, but not only that, a team legend. He won how many championships for them? The only reason why you're good right now, because I don't think the Lakers would have been good. They were playing so bad. Nobody would have wanted to join them. AD would have definitely not been there. He only joined because LeBron was there. Let's be honest. AD wouldn't have gone there. AD probably wanted Chicago. Her first year as an NBA owner was so bad. The season previous, they were 44-38. They did get swept in the first round of the playoffs by the Spurs. But the next season, This year was the year that Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles. They went 27-55. The next year they went 21-66. The next year they went 17-65. The year after that, 26-56. And then they went 35-47 the next year after that. Now, they were so bad that in 2016, Magic Johnson decides to become their executive. But then, you want to hear the funniest part? They draft Brandon Ingram. The next year, they draft Lonzo Ball and Kyle Kuzma. The next year, LeBron James comes to the team. Now you're going to tell me that everything's a coincidence, that every single person that Magic Johnson drafted were all good and are still good. And you're telling me you're just going to let him walk off because Rob Pelinka doesn't like him? Rob Pelinka? But at the end of the day, these are all my opinions. So feel free to leave your opinions on the bottom. I hope you enjoyed this video, man. I enjoyed making this. This was a nice little video. Hopefully this part 2 does decent, you know. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace.